Welcome back to the Raymond Eagleshark Technical Center for the lone fixture today on Saturday, the 12th of March in the year of our Lord 2022. And it's going to be the Lymers, and they'll be looking to really capitalize on their momentum, having won last week by some 2-0 over the Kicks United, and they'll be looking to continue their momentum here against the Attackers, who are coming off of a 1-1 draw versus, I believe, was the Diamonds FC. It's the Lymers who are the home side here today, captained, of course, by Mr. Caleb Bryan. One, of course, one of the main danger threats is unavailable today in the man Amoni Gums. So they'll be forced to rely more on that man there, the captain Caleb, for some more attacking impetus, while the Attackers, they have their ever-present, their ever-reliable Chadwick, who will be more than likely in their attacking line, and they'll be looking to add to their points tally. Looks like it's going to be, is that Hilton, the man in the middle? I think that's the man Hilton in the middle. But assisted by Nutsy and Shelley. Lymers in their pink and black, and the Attackers in their blue and white. Just waiting on the assistant referee to arrive at her post there on the far side. And we're just moments away now from kickoff here on this our lone Saturday game. Starting lineup for the Lymers reads Daniel Bailey in goal. The center-back partnership of Noah and Sidhu Bradshaw, the Bradshaw brothers. And they also have a Kenya Brown, the number 6, Caleb Bryan, the number 16, Ricardo Carty, the number 2, Kelvin Liddy, the man Colin wearing number 5, Sherling Fleming, the number 8, as we've kicked off. And it's the Lymers from left of screen to right, and the Attackers from right to left. We have Carlos Richardson, the number 10, and Yana Romney, their goal scorer, one of their goal scorers, the number 7. As I say, a pleasant good afternoon to Millington.
Good evening to you, Doc, and good evening to all those who are taking commentaries. All those who are locked on to AI Live, we welcome you and we say a pleasant good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It is a pleasure bringing you a live coverage from the Raymond Eagleshark Technical Center right here in the Valley, Anguilla.
There's going to be in the back with Sidhu Bradshaw. And now it's a chance for the Lymers to break away. Shipped over the top, looking for, I believe, that's the man. Samuel. I think that's Samuel. Now it's looking to turn inside is, I believe, the number 9 in, is that Ian Romney? Or is that, again, not exactly certain. We don't have a number 9 listed on the team sheet. And is that Is that Pompey, I believe, the number 9? There's a chance for the attacker for the Lymers to break, sorry. Looking inside towards Caleb Bryan. But it's the attackers who are going to break forward now. Looking to gain their first bit of a foothold in this encounter. It's a tussle there that Samuel will win. It's going to find Lady Pompey. Looking forward, but it's cut out. And it seems to be a push in the backhand. The referee will see it as such. It's out, and it's a free kick, sorry, to the attackers. Free kick to the attackers. Ball chip forward. And towards Caleb Bryan, who finds that's Ricardo. Samuel turns, but turns. Ooh, free kick goes the way of the line has actually changed. I was a bit confused because he blew for a foul on Samuel, but signaled for a Lymers free kick. It's taken quickly, but the referee's going to pull it back. And again, I did have this contention in the last, and I believe it was the last game he ref, the Ducks United game. We heard a couple of Ducks United players, guys like Bino and Mata, they were complaining about the lack of them being able to take quick free kicks.
Well, the referee saw it differently. He saw that the ball wasn't in the correct spot. Why he wanted the foul occur, and so he pulled it back.
Ball taken, and it's along the ground, and it can be cleared now. Well, as far as the number 1 again, as it's booted forward. This one cleared by Noah. And Fleming loses out. It's Rennie, Cardney Rennie. The brand new attackers player. Very young is the man, Cardney. Back with the number 1 for the attackers. Tries to boot it forward. This time he loses out. And the Lymers, they're trying to string some passes together. As it was Ricardo, I believe, who was adventuring forward. No chance for number 20, who sends it out wide, looking for Chadwick. Chadwick is going to miss out on this occasion. It's Samuel. And he's offside, I believe, with a touch to the defender.
Even though it came off the defender.
He didn't make a real attempt to play the ball, I must say.
It wasn't a pass.
It was going to be a free kick to the Lymers. I believe a handball was the call.
Well, a handball that came straight off his chest. Didn't it came up?
It looked like that. But there's going to be a chance for goalkeeper Tittle to collect. And again, I must say it's very good to see goalkeeper Tittle back out in action, having been away from training and from the game of football in general for a while. He's a very young player, but again, he's been around for so long. He has so much experience, having started for maybe, 4 or 5 years in the male league.
Until he's, changed sport, he has tried cricket. He would have represented Angola in the youth tournaments. We've seen him in goal here, and has represented Angola in a national program.
So a couple players I'm seeing for the attackers are missing. The attackers lineup reads Kirsten Beard, number 1, Javille Special Brooks, the number 14, Khalid Brooks, the number 16, Daryl Hughes, the number 5, I believe that is. It's Cardinal Rainey, the number 9, Kalana Richardson, number 4, Kadeem Riley, the very skillful Kadeem Riley, the number 7, Terrence Rogers, the number 10, Tarek Sampson, number 20, Chadwick Samuels, the number 17, and Akeem Tittle in goal, the number 40. As we can see, the attackers are breaking with the aforementioned Chadwick Samuels down the right-hand side. Looks to get a ball into the box, and Courtney will try to turn on. Lays it off towards Beard. Beard lines up a shot that Bailey will have no trouble with whatsoever.
That was good work done there by Samuel. Going down the right flank, he cut the ball in and squared it straight back on the boot of Rennie. And that was a tremendous pass. Rennie didn't do much with it, but it was a really good play there by Samuel. Good fight. We know how fast he can be. And you can't let him loose at all. You can't give him any space, any yardage. He's going to make use of it.
Well, his usual partner in crime, Romain Carby, he's not starting today listed as a substitute. He did come off early in the previous encounter. Not sure if he's injured. Ball taken by Beard. Good ball in. Miscontrol. Shot comes in. Not cleared yet. Into the back of the net. The attackers draw first blood in the 8th minute of play. 1-0.
Well, believe it or not, the team that caused the first major upset in the 2022 league, they are down. In the 8th minute of play, they are 1 goal down.
I believe it's a number 7 for them, and the man Kadeem Riley. Opening his account, I think, in this AFL tournament. Kadeem Riley, his first goal in the Angola Football League. And it's a good time to get it, because the Lymers, they were playing spoilers last week. Will they be spoiled this week?
Well, Lymers showed up last week and they spoiled the party for the Kicks United.
It's Samuel finds Caleb Bryan. Now Pompey. Good ball through, looking over to the left-hand side. That's a very, very good clearance by, I think that's Khalid Brooks.
A very good work there by Brooks, getting back and ensuring that Lymers didn't have a chance in that penalty area. Getting into the attacking turn and realizing that there were bodies in the box waiting for the cross and ensuring that it went out of touch. And only a throw-in for Lymers.
Throw comes in, taken long. Going high, gets over the head of Liddy. Now it's Caleb Bryan. Out wide on the left-hand side, here come the attackers looking to break at pace. It's with the number 4. You can see the attackers, they're trying to string some passes together. Looking a lot more composed than on previous occasions.
Attackers has a number of new players, new legs, and we saw them last week. You know, the attackers we know is the attackers that will defend. That's not the type of football they're playing this year at all. They came out last week against Diamond FC, and you saw how well they played. They went 1 goal down, and they came back and equalized, and they were very much attacking all through the game.
I was very impressed with the attacker style of play. And with the likes of Beard and Riley coming into the side, it's added a sense of composure, a sense of calm to this attacker's team.
Indeed, not only composure, but some speed as well that will help Samuel down that right flank.
Definitely, he'll have a lot more attacking support this year with Chadwick Samuel.
There is a
and
player down.
Here's some help. Another one of his newfound help in Courtney Rennie, as no one's going to get there, no one's going to clear it. And the referee will blow his whistle for a player down while the ball is still bouncing around in the area. You can see Liddy, he's very upset with his back line, with him being probably the most experienced head there in this Lymers setup. And with a very young back line, both Noah and Sidhu Bradshaw both being very young. Looks like it's going to be a drop ball to the Lymers.
Drop ball. He's going to restart with a drop
But
ball.
if you're going to be a drop ball to the Lymers, why would you stop the game in that situation when both teams had a chance at... well. If both teams... I think the attackers will be very hard done by there because they did have a very good opportunity of scoring. The shot comes in and Bailey was almost beaten. And I must say, if there's a weakness in Daniel Bailey's game, he can't seem to judge of the flight of the ball very well.
Well, he did well there and hold on that one. Luckily enough for him that the ball is not wet because he was wrong-footed and he was going back, and that ball could have so easily split those hands. Unfortunately, 4 attackers, but fortunately 4 Lymers, Bailey was able to hold on to that one.
Here come the Lymers looking to break forward, but a team effort that Tittle can corral very easily. And again, that's just the veteranness of Tittle, just taking his time. The game plays at his speed.
We will see Tittle doing this a lot and almost pay the price.
There's a ball over the top by the Bears, but a bit too heavy. But again, going back to the referee's decision to stop the play for an injury, that's a good bit of pressure being applied there by the attackers. He chose to stop play in an area that both sides really had a fair shot of going at goal.
Well, both teams could not have a fair shot at going at goal. It had to be the attackers.
The attackers had a fair shot of going at goal, but the referee chose to stop play, but then give the ball to the Lymers when they were not in clear possession of the ball.
But the truth is, the player's health is more important than a goal. You know, the referee saw the player down. The player would have been down for a bit. Didn't know what was wrong, and so he stopped the play because the player seemed to be in agony. He wasn't moving. He got up at one time. From our vantage point, we saw that, but he went straight back down. And so not knowing what the injury was, it is the referee's duty to protect a player.
But if you're going to... I don't mind they stop the play for the injury, but the restart, was it fair to give the ball to the Lymers when they didn't have clear possession of the ball?
What do you think that the restart should have been?
Honestly, I'm not certain. But I don't know if it should have been a chance for the Lymers to get the ball.
Definitely be a drop ball or an indirect free kick. Nothing else could have been done there. It is only that he had a chance to
Liddy,
allow the
ball
play
over
to
the
run.
top, and Samuel just read it incorrectly. Samuel's still going. Ball not cleared as yet. Samuel looking to go down the right-hand side, but it's out of touch for a corner.
So the only thing that the referee could have done was to allow the play to play out. But, as I said, player safety, number 1.
Fair point.
You know, the spectators come to see goal score, but the referee has a duty to protect a player. What is the duty of a doctor and a nurse?
To protect the health.
To do what? Preserve life, right? All right, that's the duty of the referee out there. And that's the first thing. And then to manage his game.
Corner kick to the Lymers. This one taken low along the ground, and it can be cleared. That was an obvious ploy, having 2 forwards on either side of the center circle, with none really in the center. Chance one to clear. It's with, I believe that's Terrence Rogers. It's touched out for an attacker's throw.
It's 1-0. 1-0 in favor of the away team. The attackers play decking the blue and white. Goal coming in the 8th minute from the boot of O'Reilly.
It's Beard forward to Chadwick Samuel. Now back with Khaled Brooks. Further back to special Javille Brooks. To Beard. I was with the number 20 for the attackers. Again, you can see a greater sense of composure with the attackers on the ball. It's a good ball forward as well towards Kadeem Riley. And Riley breaking at speed, cuts inside, back outside, boots it across goal. Chadwick will pick it up. Chadwick Samuel lays it off. Conley has a shot. It's wide of the target. It's a goal kick.
Well, that was a good bit of play there, but no help was forthcoming early for Riley. He came down the left flank very well. He took on the two defenders, squared it in, but there was no help for him there in the center.
And how relieved must Chadwick feel to have so much support? Like he doesn't have to be the main ball carrier in the attacking half.
As we see now, Chadwick could really be the surprise weapon for the attackers.
Well, that's a bit risky there by Khalid. A bit casual, but Special will step out of the defense with it. Beard. Again, the attackers looking to clear, but picked up now by Ricardo. Ricardo showing a bit of quick feet. Now, Noah Bradshaw. Again, being a bit too casual in the defense. Special to Beard. Beard to Rogers. Putting it forward towards Chadwick. Chadwick gets in behind. Chadwick has a shot on goal. He was held. And I think the referee has signaled. They think he has signaled for a penalty.
No.
Did he call a free kick?
Yes.
I think he called a free kick just outside the box. And looks like both referee Rouse as well as the man Porty just outside of us are confused as to the call.
Well.
Did
How you, on any, I don't know what to say here, but when you look at that play, initially, the referee appeared to would have been playing advantage.
I do not envy the referee's job.
Initially, the first hole
was
outside the box.
area, yes.
It was outside the area.
Free kick comes along the ground and blocked.
The first hole was outside the area. And so Samuel was able to, maneuver and take Bradshaw on his back into the penalty area before he went down. But the initial foul came outside the box. So if he played advantage, penalty.
I do not envy referee's job.
I did not.
Good ball in. To the back post, not cleared. Another Lymers can break away.
I did not see the wave for advantage.
So
I did not. And so if it wasn't that,
then it's a penalty.
Then it should be a penalty. It should be a penalty.
Well. Yeah, referee Hilton. He's been at the center of a couple controversies. That's a good ball over the top as well. Looking for Samuel. Tittle comes out and clears. That looked like a knee to the head as well.
Yes.
Ooh, that could have been very dangerous.
It seemed to be just the trailing foot that catch him. The trailing boots.
Go up and challenge with a goalkeeper. Never. He has the right to use his body. You never go up and challenge with a keeper.
It wasn't the knee. Had it been the knee, it would have been more dangerous to that player. But it was a trailing boot, that clipped him on the back of his head. All ends well. That goes well.
That could have been so much worse. So it's a free kick to the attackers. Tittle.
Doc, I want to take this opportunity to extend my condolences to you and your team. Even as you sympathize and mourn with your colleague at this point. We could never be prepared for that. And so I do sympathize with you. And so on behalf of the Angola Footballer Association, I do extend my condolences to you and your team, the family of the Spartans.
Yes, and I would like to further extend my condolences to the rest of the Spartans family. Of course, with Christine being the mother of one of our players, Thomas George. She was one of the biggest fans of the Spartans that you would find. She showed up to every game when she was able, and when she wasn't able, she watched every single minute that she could.
But I'll also tell you that that Thomas George was also a player for Diamond FC. So, you know, we have connection with George. And so we do extend our sincere condolences to the family, even in these difficult times, as they mourn. May they find strength in God, for we know that we know that we all have an appointment, but we could never be prepared for such.
Of course, you know that the Spartans were scheduled to play the Diamonds FC today, but both teams have agreed to have the game postponed to a later date to allow for really both sets of guys to process.
You understand what the process is Lymers is on the attack.
And that's pretty much nothing ball until it will race out and collect it rather easily.
But look at how could it be look at a coincidence for the two teams that he would have done human service for playing football were the very two teams that were supposed to be in battle today.
And tomorrow in the Youth League, it will be the Spartans
the very
taking on the Diamonds.
Yes. What a weekend. What a weekend.
Well, we do have more football action coming up for you tomorrow here at the Raymond.
Right here.
Yes.
It is going to be excellent because in the first game tomorrow, it's going to be...
It will be the Uprising taking on the Docks United.
And to close out the weekend of action, it's going to be the Eagles Squad, the new team, the new kids on the block. They will be coming up against the Ruined Lions.
Yes, and we'll see the Eagle Claw, whether they'll be able to pull Western Predators from last year, because if you remember, the Predators, they got demolished in their first game, and I believe they came back and won their second game when they took on the Spartans. Won by some 3-1. And would the Eagle Claw be able to take down a very, very diminished Roaring Lions side? And I think we just got confirmation from one of, pretty much our virtual assistant referee. That call from Hilton was incorrect.
I am not having that conversation with you. You should not have been looking on my phone.
I'm not going to say who said it, but I will agree with him. I did not agree with the call. If there was no signal for advantage, a shot comes in from Ricardo. If there's no signal for an advantage, then you have to call the latest foul.
And the thing about it was blatant. It was blatant. It was an instance where Bradshaw was beaten. He was not able to go with the bigger, faster man. And so, as I was saying to you, Doc, the call was made for an advantage play. So if it wasn't for an advantage, you could not have called the foul.
For the previous foul,
the
yes. You couldn't call the previous foul if you didn't signal for an advantage.
And so that's why I was saying to you, if advantage wasn't waived, it had to be a PK, had to be a penalty, had to be a red card.
It's Chadwick.
It was a goal scoring opportunity. He was pulled down. It was a goal scoring opportunity.
The
only man to beat was whom?
Was the goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper. What was the probability of Bailey getting beaten from point blank range?
Rather high. Rather high.
Well, it could be about 300%.
From one of the most prolific goal scorers that we saw in the AFL against Daniel Bailey 1-on-1. I pretty much bet my house that Chadwick Samuel was burying that one.
Yes.
Well, it's still football action here. It's into the 27th minute of play. It's 1-0 to the attackers. Goal coming in the 8th minute of play off the boot of the man, Kadeem Riley. Well, it's a free kick to the Lymers. I think Lady is going to send Sulu Brescia forward, and he'll boot this one into the box.
Lymers can be fortunate that they do still have 11 players on the pitch.
A good ball in, brilliant ball in, a poor connection on the header. Because Liddy, he floated that one. It seemed to move like one of those jets that was able to swoop down, get a bit of air under it, and move back up over the head of the defender. And almost resulted in a glorious chance. But the attacker just couldn't get the contact required. I think it was Pompey coming in at the back post.
You know, Pompey should have looked to square the ball to the far post. He tried to go to Tittle's near post. Tittle was right there.
Just speaking about the composure, but that was a bit uncomposed from the number 5. Thrown to the Lymers. Ricardo. Goes short to Caleb. And tussle there with Kadeem Riley, the goal scorer. And Riley wins. So applying pressure on the Lymers, and no choice but to boot it out as the number 5.
You know, there is an old saying that says, when you play sport, you play as good as your opponent. And so last week, we saw Kicks United. We saw Lymers playing against Kicks United. They played a brand of football that we are not seeing here today.
And how much of that is due to Amoni Gums' absence?
Well, when you are on a pacemaker, it's very much different than when your heart is working that you are created with.
Well, listed amongst the substitutes today seems to be the man Bing and Tristan Richardson. Listed amongst the subs today as a free kick comes in. It's partially cleared. Caleb has a shot. This one is blocked, and the attackers can clear. Well. That was a glorious opportunity. It's going to be a yellow card, it looks like, for Colin Liddy. Very, very frustrated, I believe.
In the 30th minute of play, Liddy.
The most experienced head in this Lymers organization.
Clearly losing it there.
Free kick to the attackers. That's just going to be a drop ball.
Not sure what the call or the no call was about. And Lily did show his objection to it. And
discussion going on here, but it's with special. And it's given away high up the field. Here come the Lymers looking to break. It's with Liddy. Going back out wide towards Pompey. Puts it into the box, and again, Tittle has no issue with that one. Tittle boots it long. Chadwick wins it. Kadeem Riley back out wide looking for Chadwick, but a bit behind him, and Carlos Richardson can clear. Carlos. Still driving Carlos. He's going to find his teammate in number 6.
but why did he slow him down?
I don't know. He could have sent him through the one-touch pass.
Yes. Carlos was looking for it. He was ready to go now.
It's
Like the American Eagle taking off.
Liddy. Ball over the top. Header is won by the number 20. And you can see the Lymers, they're going back to this style of play. This long ball over the top by Liddy that became very predictable towards the end of last season.
Well, it's interesting. That call is very interesting there. Lady just went down. Seemed not to have been touched by Cardinal at all.
And you can see Conley's pleading his case, the young man. Free kick to the Lymers. Caleb. That's a poor free kick, but it's going to find his man. Back to Caleb. Caleb looking for space. Driving down the left-hand side. Chips it to the back post. Over Taylor's head. Falls. No one in the goal. He puts it in. And the Lymers are back on level terms.
In the 33rd minute of play, Bradshaw. It is Bradshaw again. He did. It was the Bradshaw brothers last week. Now it's the Bradshaw brother again.
I believe Sidhu.
It was Sidhu.
Has 2 goals. The leading scorer for the Lymers, their center back. They are so dangerous from set pieces because they have so much height and they have such good set piece takers.
In the 33rd minute of play,
it was Sidhu Bradshaw who put the Lymers back on level terms. It's 1-1.
the man Sidhu doing it again. He did it from his head last week. And on this occasion, from his boots.
Ooh, that's a risky challenge. And he runs away quickly before Hilton could think about giving him a card.
Sidhu, very fortunate to be on the pitch. Nonetheless, he's not refereeing the game. But he has scored a goal. He has pulled one back for the Lymers.
Beard. Whips in a good ball. It's partially cleared only as far as Terrence Rogers, who puts in a shot, but it's wide of the target.
1 goal apiece. First goal coming in the 8th minute from the boot of the man Kadeem O'Reilly, who made it 1-0 for the attackers. And in the 33rd minute of play, it is Sidhu Bradshaw who puts the Lymers back on even terms.
Bailey takes the goal kick. It's won by Rogers. But now Liddy, who's putting it over the top again. This one's going to find the offside man. And I believe that's Ian Romney. It's a free kick to the attackers.
Liddy should have put the ball over the top the first time, or he could have gone wide, because then Jan Romney on his first pull, when he pulled the trigger, he misfired. He misfired, and then when he fired, he found Jan Romney in an offside position.
Well, this is interesting. A first half substitution is going to be Rasheem Thompson, the attackers captain from last week. Looks like he'll be making his way onto the field of play in the 36th minute.
Is it an injury, you think?
I don't know if it's an injury. I'm not certain. I don't see anybody moving gingerly for the attackers. Maybe it's I don't know. It's going to be, is that the number 16? Is it Khalid Brooks he's replacing? Well. He'll be replacing Khalid Brooks. Well, you know, Khalid, he's a definition of a veteran. He's been around for a while, so I don't know if his legs have gone. Not certain. But either way, Rashim is onto the field of play. And this one is risky, but Bailey will collect.
And I guess Brooks is saying, why should I be on the pitch? I'm an old man now, and the youngsters need to be on the pitch, and so rightfully he has given way.
It's with Beard. Special. And Special, also a veteran. He's been around the game for a long time as the man Javel Brooks. Just recently back into the Anguilla side, however. Here's Caleb Bryan. Chance for a shot. Takes the shot. It's a rather tame effort, but it's Samuel. Samuel down the outside. Cuts it back. Samuel still going. He stays on his feet. This one is headed high. Not cleared, and eventually can be cleared. And I think Samuel, he did have an opportunity to go down, but he stood on his feet. It's with Riley to Beard. Chadwick Samuel.
That is a foul.
Liddy is very frustrated. I think he's calling over the player as well. So Noah will be getting a talking to by referee Hilton.
Well, I said that's 3 occasions. And no more. That is
They scored from a similar position free kick early in the first half.
continually infringing the laws of the game.
Beard puts another teasing ball in, but this one is cleared. Only as far as number 5, who seems to have shifted over to the right-hand side. And that number 4 has gone into left back, and Rashim is playing over on the left wing, it looks like. Throw comes in for the Lymers. Seem to be lacking really any attacking threat right now. It's a long shot is taken, and that will not trouble Akeem Tittle one bit.
In the 40th minute of play, it's 1 goal apiece. It's 1-1. Those persons who may have just joined us, we welcome you on board. And it's the lone game for today. The lone game for today is, you would have heard that the Spartans Diamond game has been postponed due to the passing of the mother of one of the players from the Spartans team, former Diamond player. And so we extend our condolences again to the friends and family of the passing.
I can see that.
The deceased. It is indeed a solemn time. And on behalf of the AFA, we do extend our condolences to the family and to the Spartans family.
You can see that the attack
Mr. Harden Hodge and company, the upper echelon of the Spartans team. Harden Hodge, the man himself right here, Doc, Kivoy Leak and others. The Rogers brothers. We do extend our sincere condolences to you. It's 1 goal apiece in the 41st minute of play. You're not missing any action. The man Brooks went down there with a collision with his goalkeeper, attempting to clear the ball. All is well that ends well, and we are going to see the resumption of play. Ball was thrown in by Lymers, back to attackers in the spirit of the game. Brooks sends it forward.
It's with, looks like that's Cardney. Boots it long, but Bailey will pick it up. Looks well. The attackers coach is not afraid to ring in the changes. It's going to be 2 subs in the first half, and a game that's at 1-1. I must question as to why, because if you were to have an injury later down in the game, and you run out of subs, you would have to wonder what's the reason. But maybe it's a man looking to replace the other veteran, Terrence Rogers.
He's moving very gingerly, though, Rogers. And so it will be no surprise if he's the man that will be giving way to
The number 3, it looks like, for the attackers.
yes, number 3, in the person of
Blackwell.
Blackwell.
It is Rogers. Sends it back out wide.
Alex Blackwell, the number 3, who is the 4th official and is looking to make his way. But this could spell some trouble. Jan Romney has some pep under his boot, but he can't get that one.
So it was a bit casual there from that number 4, but it's with Javille Brooks. Finds Cardney Rennie. Rennie driving inside. Rennie looking for a shot on his left foot. This one is blocked. Good challenge. And the attackers are playing on. Chadwick Samuel has it blocked, but I think the AR has signaled for a foul. It's going to be Blackwell making his way onto the field, trying to get a sneak peek as to who he'll be replacing.
Still has on that bib.
It's not going to be the veteran in Terrence Rogers. In fact, it looks like it'll be number 5 for the attackers who'll be replaced. But it's a chance for Lymers to break inside. Good control. Finds Brian.
Daryl Hughes.
Out wide for Ricardo. Ricardo puts in a tame cross, and it's just blocked out for a corner. So it'll be Daryl Hughes who will be the man replaced.
Well, the substitution will not come again because we are in the 45th minute of play, and the man has gone back to the bench, in fact.
So he's allowed for Hughes to play out the rest of the first half. And again, I'm not sure if it's the best idea. Oh, that's risky again. And no whistle. Ricardo Carty is going to chip it up and over.
That was a foul. The referee was in a very bad position. The referee was in a bad position and could not see that one. And Terrence Rogers there was taken out. He got a hit to the head, and it was indeed a foul, but the referee was in a bad position. Could not see that one at all. So we have had 45 minutes. We are now going to see how many minutes we have added. Can't be more than 2.
Well, that's a good. It gets over the head of the defender. Now it's going to be 2 minutes exactly. Here comes Samuel. Samuel boots it out wide towards. Looks like that's Jan Romney. Looks inside towards Pompey. Back with Ricardo. Ricardo, that's a bit lazy, and it's going to be a foul and a free kick, it looks like, for the Lymers. Or is it out for a throw? It's out for a throw. He didn't keep it in play. Samuel to Pompey. Let's get it inside, only as far as Brian, but he had pressure being applied from the number 20. And it's a free kick to the Lymers.
That's a push in the back as he...
Well, this is a very interesting range for a free kick, because we know both Caleb and Lady can both strike us a fierce ball. But they also have the height of
That
Noah
10
and
yards
Sidhu
look very,
Bradshaw.
that 10 yards look very close.
That's a very close 10 yards. Well. That's a really close 10 yards. That's a good ball in. Ooh, off the crossbar. Tittle was beaten there.
All ends up. In the game of cricket, we will tell you, he was beaten, all ends up. Titler had no chance. Fortunate for him, his big brother was right at his aid. So we have had that 2 minutes. Anytime now we can hear the final whistle. And it's a half of a number of questions, but the two answers came. Two answers we had. And so attackers and Lymers will go to half, go to the break. 1 goal apiece. That's the final whistle of this half. The attackers going ahead in the 8th minute, and in the 33rd minute of play, the equalizer came from the man Sidhu Bradshaw. And that's how we are going to go put wrap on this, the first half. And we will be back with you in just about 10 to 15 minutes at the resumption of the second half. Good evening and welcome back to the Raymond Igishaw Technical Center. Back here to the Raymond Igishaw Technical Center. We are just about to see that substitution where the man Carty has been, that's Hughes. Hughes is being substituted by Blackwell, and the play is about to resume the second half. The man Hilton gets a signal from the fourth official. I'm ready when you are. And the whistle goes as we take you back to the man himself, Doc.
Well, it's the attackers looking to gain the advantage, gain the edge in this encounter. This game is pretty much has been a stalemate, with probably the attackers having the better of the attacking chances, but with no real end product to show for it outside of that one goal from Kadeem Riley. But here comes the Lymers. That's a very cute flick from number 4 for them. And that's Colonel Richardson. But it's the attackers. In the midfield now it's Beard, who boots it forward towards Rashim. Back to Beard. Beard lines up an effort. That's a good effort, but it was wide of the target.
Yes, it was Lymers who, or rather attackers again, who put in the trigger early. And this is the second half. Nothing coming off it.
This one is picked up by Cardinal Rennie, who turns. Rennie boosted in field, looking for Chadwick. Gets past Chadwick, in fact, and Ricardo can clear. Going as far as Beard, who trips over a player and gives away a free kick.
Well, is that going to be a card? Free signals for the medics. New and improved. We've seen the medics.
I have shirts.
And a touch line in the back. Not sure what is written in the front, if anything. But clearly identifying the personnel and where they ought to be.
Well,
It's one goal apiece. It's the AFL Senior League 2022. League commenced last weekend with Diamonds and Attackers playing to a 1-1 draw on Friday evening. On Saturday evening, it was Spartans who came in for a 4-1 defeat from the hands of Uprising. And in the primetime game, it was Ducks United who
made a statement.
really baptized the Eagles 11 goals to nil. Remember the same 11-goal score line last year, but at that occasion it was 12-1, and it was the new kids on the then new kids on the block who was the Western Predators, who came in for a hammering from the Ducks United. And on Sunday we saw
one of the
Lions,
best one of the games you'll ever see.
It was almost a finals. Well, you would have thought the competitiveness of that game, very physical game. Salsa Ballers, new and improve, a new look and improve. Salsa Ballers going down to Lions, 1-0. Salsa Ballers had absolutely nothing at all to be ashamed of or we should say they can be regretful that the umpteen amount of chances that went a begging for them, they lived through the opportunities. But it was a good game nonetheless. Lions scoring from the penalty spot. 1-0. That closed out the first weekend.
Oh, you did forget the same Lymers.
Oh no, and Lymers, sorry, closed out the weekend with the biggest upset so far of the tournament. At prime time Sunday, closed out the weekend with a 2-0 jamming over Kicks United. That's how we ended week number 1. Week number 2, beginning yesterday, and in the lone game of yesterday, so Salsa Ballers really hammering the Western Predators, beating them some 8-1. This the lone goal for today. The lone game for today, it's 1 goal apiece so far in the 51st minute of play. It was the man Wiley who made it 1-0 in the 8th minute of play for the attackers. And in the 33rd minute of play, it was again Sidhu Bradshaw, the central defender for the Lymers, making it a 1 goal apiece. Remember last week he got the first goal from a corner set piece.
A thumping header.
Yeah, it was a header out of this world, and it made it 1-0 to Kicks United. Dented their efforts, and then they sealed the deal, the Lymers.
Well, it's going to be a free kick to the attackers. It's Kirsten Beard. He's put in a couple of good balls today, one of them resulting in the goal for Kadeem Riley. Beard whips in another good ball, and it was whiskers away from getting a shot on target there. Again, a delectable ball from Kirsten Beard, and just millimeters away from being able to put a header on target there were the attackers.
Well, it was millimeters away from it being 2-1, and nonetheless, the player is down. He made a desperate effort to get the head onto that one, and any deflection from that head was going to beat Bailey on that occasion. Bailey was found wanting, would have been found wanted had he got ahead to that one.
Well, looking down to the Lymers area, I think that man, Amoni Gums, is getting himself warm and ready. Of course, Amoni with reason to come late to the game due to, I believe, his religious practices. He was down here from about 6 o'clock and getting warm very fast. I think Coach Sauer, he wouldn't be hesitant whatsoever to use him and bring him on very quickly. Of course, he's such a danger man for these Lymers, for the Lymers outfit. When he's not scoring goals, he's making runs, creating space, creating opportunities for the likes of Ian Romney to... It's Tarek Sampson.
So it's that man Sampson who is off the pitch, and would he be able to continue? Not sure at all, because he's moving very gingerly.
That's going to be a foul in the back. And that's a yellow card taken quickly. Looking for the 1-2. Gets a shot off. Good save by Bailey.
Well, the referee seemed to have called it back, wanting to write up his card, and attackers wanting to...
And this complaint was made last week with the Ducks United. Hilton does not allow for quick free kicks.
that was a carded situation, and so while the card was being shown,
He took a quick free kick,
took
and
the free kick, and so he said, "No,
that's an infringement of the game."
you have to wait until I through solving this yellow card and doing my business, doing my do here."
Now it's going to be Cutson Beard again to take this free kick. Can he put in another glorious ball? Goes for a shot instead. Ooh, that was just wide. It definitely had Daniel Bailey worried.
Daniel Bailey went flying to his left. At one time, I really thought he was a bird. Well, he flew through the air. Luckily for him, it went wide of his upright and out for a goal kick.
Well, it's going to be Kirby, Romain Kirby, will be making his way onto the field of play for the attackers rather momentarily.
That seemed to be it for Samson.
I think it may be for Samson, but then what do they do defensively? Because with Samson being the center back, Kirby is an attacking player. So are they going to throw possibly the number 3 in Blackwell into the defensive line? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, the game is about margins.
It's actually going to, yes, it will be for Samson.
The game is about margins, you see. It was just about a few millimeters or inches away from making it 2-1. In the process, missing the ball.
It seems to be a shoulder injury.
Picked up an injury.
Liddy, that's another good ball in. This one is cleared, and I don't know if you saw, but making his way over to the fourth officials area was Amoni Gums.
Oh, dangerous. Very dangerous player. Amoni Gums. He's fast. He's very fast.
Very fast.
Not just fast. He's very fast. But here
Chadwick is also fast. Ooh, that's a risky challenge. That's he took him out. He took him off of his stride, and this got a card already. I think that's Noah Bradshaw receiving a yellow there. And yes, he was on a card already. He's been sent off. Noah Bradshaw has been sent off, and I think that this is a good decision. I think that may have been deserved because he swiped at him. He was clean through on goal, and he took him off his stride. Well, the Lymers are going to have to play the rest of this game with 10 men.
Well, interesting bit of play here. Interesting bit of play.
Good call. Good call. Just got a bit of confirmation from one of the referees, or pretty much a vote to assistant referee. He would have given a straight red. He wouldn't have even given the second yellow. He would have given it a straight red. But it's going to be Beard once again.
Denying an obvious goal scoring opportunity. Samuel was through. Samuel was through on goal.
Custon Beard puts it wide.
So, substitution. It's going to be that man, the dangerous man.
Amoni Gums will be on to replace Kenya Brown.
Well, they are down on their 10-man. 10-man team so far. And the speed of Amani Gums, well, I have to make up. And is that a watch that, what is it? Is it a watch he has on his hand?
I don't know if it's a watch or, I'm not certain.
He has two bands on his hand.
I think it's wristbands. I also saw Caleb Bryan, he's wearing them as well. And I've seen him with other guys with the salsa balls. I saw the number 6 of them in their last game wearing the 2 wristbands. That being Tariq Sutherland this time, also with the 2 wristbands. I don't know whether it's a new fad, but it's the first time I'm seeing them in the AFL. Rennie finds Chadwick. Over the top by Blackwell. It's going to find Beard. Beard puts in a ball that's over the bar and out for a goal kick.
So, seeing the same on the hand of a few of the players. Lady.
Rennie, who's gone over to the right-hand side. Looks like the man Rasheem Thompson has gone into center back for the attackers. As Cobby puts a ball in, it's going to find Chadwick. Chadwick can't take it down. He only puts in a weak effort and knocked behind for a corner.
Was that a good idea? We will wait to see. We will wait to see if the choice from Bradshaw there was a good one, because his keeper had it covered and he knocked it out for a corner. And with bodies in the box.
It's going to be a corner now to the attackers. And I must wonder why they have 3 guys back to pretty much mark no one but air.
And they have the advantage. They have the one-man advantage.
Ball comes in headed clear. But back into the danger area. Special gets up. Chance for a shot to come in off the crossbar, but he was offside.
Definitely offside. Looking to... He was interfering with play there and in an offside position. Right call there by the assistant referee Benjamin.
Goal kick taken. Brian to Ricardo. That's a bit risky by Ricardo, but he wins it back.
That's offside. The flag went up, but he did not get the ball. So the flag should have stayed down.
I think that was a bit preemptive.
It was preempted, yes. He didn't touch the ball. The ball came off the head of the defender. And so he was in an offside position, but it could not have been offside because he didn't touch the ball on him.
Free kick has to be retaken once again. Again, no chance for a quick free kick to be taken.
It's not a case where he was interfering with play or getting an advantage from anything. He didn't touch the ball. He was in an offside position. Ball played over to him, but he never touched it.
Cutston Beard. Now out wide towards Rasheen. Now Rogers tried to put it over the top. It was going to be a foot race. Samuel up against Cardinal Rennie, and Rennie wins the backline, wins the throw-in. Rennie goes down the line. I think that's going to be a foul throw. Samuel Fleming goes down the line. You have to wonder how the Lymers will be able to string any passes together. Will they be able to string any passes together against a much improved attackers midfield, especially being down a man? It looks like they've gone over to a back 3, so they've not really replaced the lost Noah Bradshaw per se. They've just they've become more of a tighter back 3 with Carlos, Sidhu, and Ricardo. But will that cost them? Because a back 3, of course, that does kill your width in your back line. It prevents, at least it hampers your capabilities of really covering the width, and it allows for space for fullbacks and wingers to run into.
Exactly.
But it's going to be the attackers. Ball through, brilliant ball through. Kenny Riley is in. Riley, that's a brilliant save by Daniel Bailey. He came completely out with complete conviction, and he took a very big blow.
2 players are down. Medic summoned, but that Daniel Bailey is a very brave keeper. I saw it in the last game and seen it here again tonight. He was determined to get to the ball. He get through the ball, get the player, and that was dangerous.
Kedim Riley was busting through. He just had to put the finishing touches on it, waited a hair too long, and Bailey came out well. You can see that Bailey is still down. And I don't know if they have their substitute keeper, but they do have young Graham Richardson listed amongst their subs. They also have the big man down there, the number 30 for them in Cutley Hodge, as their backup goalkeeper. And it looks like he'll be getting warm in the event that Daniel Bailey is unable to continue.
Doesn't look good for Lymers. Bailey is down and he's not moving at all.
It was a big collision between him and Kedim Riley.
He's been rolled on his back. And seemed to be in some immense pain there. We're not missing any football, and just to bring you up to date of the happenings, it's a 1 goal apiece. First goal coming in the 8 minutes of play. In the first half, it was the man Wiley who made it 1-0 for the attackers. And in the 33rd minute of play, Sidhu Bradshaw making it getting back on even terms. And that's what the score has been since. We are into the 67th minute of play. It is the goalkeeper, Daniel Bailey, who's down after a collision there with a player from the striker from attackers. Both of them were at full, but they were gunning for the ball. Bailey decided, you're not going to get that ball because you're not getting it past me. And he's back to his feet now, not moving as freely, but Bailey is back to his feet. And he has taken off the glove. And does that signal the end of Bailey for the evening?
I would hope not. He is a really good goalkeeper, performing admirably for the Lymers the past couple seasons now.
Daniel Bailey, a very tough cookie. A very tough cookie. So if he cannot continue, you know that he is in pain.
He has to be in serious pain. He loves to play.
I've not seen his brother for the season.
There's the man Damian Bailey, the man they call Tuntun. I heard from one of the Lymers players that he was out for a couple games. I think he was carrying a bit of a niggle, but he'll be back rather soon, and he'll have to fight to regain his place.
Well, a veteran will always remain a veteran, and you know, you will be always missed when you are not there. It's going to be a corner. Play is going to resume. Good news for the Lymers. Good news for all. Daniel Bailey is up. He's in goal, and he is reshopping those gloves and not moving as freely. The goalkeeper is making sure that he can continue, and the corner is going to be taken. We are into the 69th minute of play. Some 3 minutes we were held up as the corner has been taken.
Corner taken. It's back with the Lymers now. Beard. Cuts and Beard down the left-hand side. Looks to put a ball in. Looks to get space to put a ball in. Runs out of real estate. It's a goal kick. We have had 69 minutes played. It's still 1 goal apiece, but the Lymers, they are down to 10 men, of course, losing the man Noah Bradshaw to 2 yellow cards. So playing with 10 men. Bailey sends his team upfield. He's going to boot it long, but along the ground, picked up once again by the Lymers. Lymers. On the right-hand side, it's Samuel. He was looking inside towards, I think that was Ian Romney. But now picked up by Bradshaw to Liddy. Back to Bradshaw. Now, is the aforementioned Samuel. Ball over the top, looking for Amoni. Tittle comes out. That's very brave kicking by Akeem Tittle. Came out with his chest and cleared. It's going to be a throw now for the Lymers.
That is the chant you will hear around here daily.
Yeah,
Doc, you must be familiar with that chant.
No matter who the referee is, no matter what, if it's a primary school game, you will always hear it coming from the top left corner of the stadium. Cheating referee.
Well, I heard it from certain camp not too long ago. I heard it from a camp where some familiar personnel were.
They did have reasonable. They did have reasonable reason. I will say that for them.
Well, it is easy, very easy to say that when you are guilty of an offense.
I must say I do not envy a referee's job whatsoever.
Well, a referee's job is a good one. It is one that I think one of these days I will embark on. Oh, it's a journey. It's a journey that is a good one. It's a good one, Doc.
No matter what you do, you'll always be criticized by whichever team loses, pretty much.
You know, a referee's job is like a politician.
You can never please everyone.
You cannot please everybody.
Looks like it'll be Vandrick Herbert making his way onto the field rather soon for the Lymers. He's a defender by trade. Usually a fullback, so it looks like maybe either Carlos or Ricardo will be going into the center. But it's Cardney Rennie. Rennie finds Beard, chips it over the top. Good ball over the top, but Bailey was off his line quickly. Still not moving very freely at all is Daniel Bailey. And I would say that as an attacker, I would be on my toes in front of him because doesn't look very convincing as of now. It's Caleb. That was around. Oh, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Was the number 3 in Blackwell. Now it's Kadeem Riley. And Amoni comes, wins it. Over on the left-hand side, here comes Samuel. Samuel is driving. Holds up the plate. Looks to get back inside. And that's a bit poor, I must say, from the number 7 and Ian Romney. As Beard, game getting a bit physical now. On the right-hand side, it's the Lymers with the ball over the top to particularly no one, and the attackers will pick it up.
Well, Samuel was making that run down the left flank. But a while ago, the run by Amoni Gums, Amoni was making the run. He gave the ball to Samuel. Samuel didn't get onto the ball quick enough. And so he had to halt his run, Amoni Gums. But good intention.
It's with Rogers. All the way out wide, it's Romain Kirby. Kirby puts a good ball over the top to Chadwick. And Chadwick miscontrols once again. It's still Chadwick. He's very skillful and speedy as Chadwick. Defender commits and holds him up for the moment. And again, that's the veteran in Liddy. Now it's Ian Romney. Romney pretty much alone had no option for the pass. Now back with the aforementioned Liddy. Samuel Fleming now. Lays it off to Brian. Looking for help. We'll find some in Carlos. Now Liddy.
Lymers seem to be running out of some steam here.
Playing with 10 men is really tiring, I must say. Ball over the top. No one really making the run once again. And I think Special could have left that one for Tittle. So took control himself and played a good ball forward to Blackwell. Here's Blackwell. Forward again, looking for the return passes Blackwell. Over on the right-hand side of play. Blackwell with a poor pass. A lazy pass. And it's going to find the Lymers again. The game has pretty much grown to a halt. The intensity has gone out of it just a bit. That's a good read there by Beard. Now Riley. Out wide to Carby. Remain Carby. Driving forward. Looking for the return pass. But instead he goes down the left-hand side. Oh, and he's taken out there with a good challenge. That's going to be a corner.
Yes, good play. The substitution is going to come now. It's a Manyan Romney who is given way.
So Mr. Vandrick Herbert, it looks like. And he is a defender by trade, so he'll be going over to a right back, it looks like. Corner kick. Beard over this one. Puts in a ball that Bailey cannot claim, but got just enough on to get it out of the danger area. Picked up now by the Lymers, but he had pretty much no help, did Pompey.
One goal apiece in the 77th minute of play in our lone game for this Saturday evening.
That's going to be a free kick. The attackers looking to grab their first win of the season. Rogers chips it in quickly and taking no risk there was the defender. Sends it out for a throw-in. Cardinal is going to leave it to one of his teammates in Kadeem Riley, it looks like. It's Custon Beard, sorry. Beard to take a long throw. Gets in towards the near post. It's booted out only as far as Rogers, who will let it run out for a throw. Into Custon Beard. The referee's going to stop play for is giving a yellow card to Custon Beard. Was it for slamming down the ball? I think it may have been for slamming down the ball. You see the man Javel Brooks coming over to plead his case for his player. Now drop ball to the attackers. Rogers tries to boot it long. It's intercepted. Back with Rogers again, and Liddy is going to win a throw-in. So it looks like Ricardo and Sudu are playing in the center with Carlos on the left and Vandrick on the right of a back four. It's forward towards, looks like Pompey. And they think he is offside.
It is an offside.
And the referee will finally signal as such. Sorry. Free kick to the attackers. And so this is the 80th minute of play. It's still 1 goal apiece. The 10-men Lymers are hanging on as Cardinals dispossessed and wins a throw-in.
That looks very suspect. That sure looks very suspect. Ball seemed to have... well, now, Cardinals cannot take throws. I do not know why attackers continuously gives them the ball to throw. Even in the junior league, every throw is a foul throw.
I coach him. I know that.
Well, you're not doing a good job, Doc.
Some things you just have to let them learn themselves, because no matter how many times you tell them, keep your back foot on the ground, they still don't learn.
Is it that he's trying to go for
I
power?
think he's trying to throw a bit too hard, but here comes Amoni Gums on the right-hand side. Gums tries to chip it back in, but chips it straight to the attacker's player, who gives it straight back to the Lymers. And they give it straight back to the attackers. It's Cardinal Rennie on the right-hand side. Looking for a cheeky pass. Picks it back up again is Rennie. Rennie is dispossessed and it's cleared up field. Here come the Lymers. And it's Pompey who delivers.
Samuel seemed to be very unfit. The Fleming that we have come to know, he would have been tearing down that left hand flank, and wasn't to be.
There's Rennie again, wide open once again. Puts a ball in this time that no one will attack. As far as Blackwell, who lays it off. Now it's with, looks like Carby out there. Remain Carby. Carby gets inside. Carby gets down the line. Carby chips it in. Chance for Chadwick. He gets their second best.
Still a
Tries to
chance.
turn again. It's with Beard, but Bailey almost let that one run through. Well. Daniel Bailey. He always has a mistake in him, doesn't he? You saw that last week where he almost let in a goal, trying to be a bit cheeky with the ball, and this time came out a bit casually, and it almost ran past him. Here comes Cardinal Rennie, who puts in a ball to the back post that no one was really attacking, and it's out for a goal kick.
Well, Lymers holding on. We are into the 83rd minute of play. And Bailey is taking every second out of this game. He's eating out every second of that he can.
Needs to be careful because Hilton has been giving out cards today, and he may get one for time wasting.
No, what Bailey is using on his side was his injury, just limping back onto the field.
Boosted forward by Bailey. Amoni Gums loses out. Here's Kurtzen Beard to remain Carby. Carby is going to receive the return pass, but it's taken away partially by the Lymers, and now they can clear a bit further upfield. It's a chance for 2-on-2. It's an obstacle backwards. Receives the return pass now. Here come the Lymers. Can they break? Can they pull off the upset in a game that they probably should not be in, having been down to 10 men. Ball across field. Good ball is going to find the man on the left-hand side. Goes for a tame effort. That's a weak effort. That's a poor effort.
On that occasion, he should have gone up and looked for the far upper corner.
Just drive it across the goal. Just drive it hard. I think he gave a free kick for a handball against Chadwick Samuel.
Handball.
It's back with the attackers. Blackwell boots it forward over the top. Ricardo gets up well. But it's only as far as the attackers again. Cardinal Rennie in acres of room out there on the right-hand side. Rennie comes again, second best. It's a goal kick.
That was good work done there by Carlos Richardson. Richardson using his speed to get the better of Rene, ensuring that there was no progress. He could not get into the penalty area. So 1 goal apiece in the 85th minute of play tomorrow in the under 17 tournament. One in the PM. We will be kicking off things at the OKPS, the Aurelia Kelly Primary School playing field. And that's in the under 17.
Here's Blackwell. This one is all the way. Oh, that didn't touch anyone, in fact. That's going to be a goal kick.
Doc, you would be in action tomorrow. We will have at 1 p.m. And this is in the under 17 tournament. The Rowing Lions, they will be coming up against the East Enders at 2:13 p.m. We are going to see Western Predators. They will be taking on Lymers. And simultaneously at the Agent Hazel Primary School playing field, it will be Spartans versus Diamond FC.
So 3 very promising games. Of course, the Lymers breaking forward, but a poor kick, you have to say. The point standings after this first, 4 games, the first 4 rounds, it's the Roaring Lions having played 4 and won 4 with 12 points. Then the Spartans having played 4, won 3 and lost 1 with 9 points. The Lymers with 2 wins and 2 losses having 6. The same for the EastEnders. Played 4, won 2, lost 2, also with 6. And surprisingly as well, both the Lymers and the EastEnders have the exact same goal difference of exactly 0. And then the Diamonds FC having won 1 of their 4 games, having 3 points, and the Predators yet to get their first points of the season, having only scored the 2 goals as well.
Yes, and now you see the substitution. It's the man Samir, as we were saying, really running out of steam.
Oh, but he's chugging forward. Is that Grant? I believe it's a young man.
Yes, number
Grant.
23.
Plays it forward towards Amoni Gums, who turns, has a good shot. Oh, he almost beat Tittle. He almost had Tittle beaten. Well, that would have been something out of the ordinary.
I saw persons jumping out of their seats here at the Raymond Igishaw Technical Center. But Tittle got up well, getting a hand to that one and denying Amoni Gums and the Lymers.
Oh, that's a brilliant save because he had very little time to react as a pot shot comes in that goes wide of the target.
Well, the game coming alive as soon as the substitution was made, and that's what Amani Gums wanted. He wanted the pace. He didn't get it through Samir Fleming. He got it through Grant, and he almost pulled off a spectacular. Oh, that was a sweet shot, but it was even a more spectacular save.
But it's going to be Pompey still running. Pompey can't keep it in play, however.
Well, we are into the 89th minute of play. We may just get about 5 minutes of extra time, you think?
Did have a long time for that Daniel Bailey injury.
Yes. So we may see about 4 or 5 minutes of added time. We wait.
Ball out wide for the attackers. And I must say, if you had to look at the two sides without having watched any other moment in this game, you would think that it was the Lymers who had the man advantage. They are playing very well for a team that is down a man.
Yes.
as well as with an injured goalkeeper as well.
But I'll tell you what, and this is what attackers would have to be mindful of, because the attackers, we would have seen it last time around when they look to score early and then sit back for the rest of the game.
Pulling out the old tactics of Jose Mourinho. The old Jose Mourinho parked the bus for 75 minutes. As a fan of Manchester United, I know those tactics all too well.
Yes. Well, for, the man, the veteran, Liddy.
Ball over the top. That Richardson does not read the bounce well, and Grant is going to get there ahead of him. Grant loses out but wins a free kick. The young man, Rashad Grant, is playing very well.
Free kick to the Lymers.
I think we're going to see 5 minutes of added time, it looks like. It's a free kick to the Lymers. Into the 91st minute of play. Still 1 goal apiece. Can the Lymers play spoiler here today once again?
Well, as I was saying earlier, it's not a customary habit that we see the veteran of Liddy playing 90 minutes of football, but his leadership was called upon today, his experience with 10 men.
Of course, being the former goalkeeper for the national team for a number of years.
Yes.
Has so much experience, played so many games for Angola.
Well, it was a free kick, and the Lymers, as they're inching further and further up in the attackers' half in the 92nd minute of play. In the 2nd minute of extra time with 5 to play, 3 remaining.
It would be an upset. It would be a serious upset if the Lymers would pull off the great heist, you must call it.
Well, Lymers has been a vastly and fast emerging team.
Ball flicked on.
No pink and black in there.
And it must have a team with all of attackers' talent and all of their experience. It's been a bit disappointing. That's a good touch, though. And played out wide. Rasheem Thompson. Looking for Chadwick Samuel, but Carlos loses out to Chadwick. Oh, but he says that's illegal.
Yes. He was pushed. Carlos was pushed. And they're very fast. But I think Carlos will beat him.
That would be an interesting sprint to see.
It will be, but I really think that Carlos will get the better of Samuel.
The Lymers, if we do look back, if we do remember last season, they were able to score a last-minute corner kick to pull off a 1-goal-to-0 result last year. So they're not brand new to scoring late goals in games that they probably should not be winning. It's going to be, the ball's going to go out. He's still playing. It's Blackwell. Blackwell lays it off. It's Gutson Beard out to remain Kabi. Kabi puts it in. This looks like a handball. That looked like a handball from my vantage point, but because it was off the body, it can't be called.
It's a ball to hand.
I think that's a good call by referee Hilton. It came off the body and deflected onto his hand, so I think you can't call that a handball.
It's a ball to hand. It is important to know the rules of the game.
It is very important to know the rules.
When you know the laws of the game, it is important. That was not a handball. The ball hit his hand, but it was ball to hand.
But if you remember,
he did not deliberately make his body bigger. He tried to clear the ball. Yep. The ball came, peel off his boot, hit his hand. You can't.
But if you remember, in the Spartans versus Uprising game, I was the only technical area, so I would remember a call like that was given against Spartans, and here come the Lymers. So again, oh, that's a risky challenge. And I
is
think
okay.
that should be a yellow. It should be a yellow.
Well,
No
he went
card.
to his pocket. He went to his pocket.
He left the
And
card
then
in.
he decided, no, I'm not going to give you.
I think he forgot
That
the
was
card.
a yellow card.
I think he forgot to take out the card. I don't know why he didn't.
He went for the card, and then he said, you know what? I like you. You are my friend.
I'll let this one slide. The game is almost over. I want to go home. Here comes Caleb Bryan. Could this be a last-ditch effort for the Lymers? Caleb whips in a good ball. I'm on it, gloves! They have pulled off the great escape. The Lymers, once again, I said they are no strangers to scoring in the last minute. And Amoni Gums, with the last touch of the game, has made it 2-1, and they have pulled off the great escape.
Amani comes on the stroke of full time, and somebody has been sent off there. Amani Guns.
Well, you couldn't write the script if you tried to.
Hughes has been sent off. But Amani comes. He got some blessings in church today.
Definitely.
He got some blessings in church today.
We
and he
spoke.
came and he blessed his team.
We spoke about him being the game changer, and he changed the game. We spoke about Lima scoring last-minute goals, and they have done so. And they are going to play spoiler 2 weeks in a row.
Well. Lymers, what a free kick. What a header. What a game. Lymers, 2 from 2. 2 from 2. Lymers it is. You are hearing us right. Lymers.
With 10 men, you can see the furious number 4 for the attackers in Kaloni Richardson having been sent off. He is absolutely furious, almost broke the gate off his hinges coming into the stadium. But the Lymers, the 10-man Lymers, have put attackers to the sword. They have made them regret every missed chance, every missed opportunity. And with the final touch of the ball for these 95 minutes and change, the Lymers were able to put the ball in the back of the net. It was Amoni Gums, and it was 3 points to the Lymers.
You see the importance of going to church? You'll get your blessings. Oh, Amani Gums. He came here this evening and he really gave his heart to his team. Grant on the left
was the game changer.
They really made it a game-changing opportunity. And the attackers, they had out their opportunity, didn't make use of it. But Amani comes and the man Grant, from the time they went onto the pitch, they made a difference. They made Lymers look like the Lymers we saw against Kicks United.
And I must say, kudos to Coach Sauer. Because with the man Samuel having the name of Samuel, he would have been tempted to allow Samuel to remain on the field with him coming up chump so many times for the Lymers on previous occasions. He would have been tempted to leave him on the field, but he brought on the youngster, the very young Rashad Grant. I don't know if he's older than 15 at this point. He's very young, and he changed the game with his speed, his tenacity. I think he won the free kick as well.
Indeed.
He was the man who won the free kick.
What a game. What a game. The Lymers. What can you say to them? They are cock-a-hoop in this year's tournament. Spoiling the party 2 weeks in a row. Attackers going down to Lymers. Tomorrow, in the weekend cup, you must be here. You got to be here.
It's going to be
for the
some big
first game.
games.
As the first game will kick off at 4:30 in the PM, and it will be.
There's going to be some very, very big games.
There are big games
First, we are
tomorrow.
going to have the
First, you're going to have
the uprising taken
Crossing
up
Docks
the Docks.
United, and to cap the evening of,
The
it
new
is going to
boys,
be.
the new boys on the block, the Eagle Claw, they'll be taking on the Roaring Lions.
Yes, and before that, at 1 in the p.m. at the Aurelia Kelly Primary School playing field, it is going to be the Roaring Lions. They will be up against the EastEnders in the under 17 boys tournament. At 2:30 in the p.m. at the very venue, it is going to be the Lymers coming up against the West End Predators. And at HNT Hazel playing field, it is going to be
the Spartans FC taking on the Diamonds FC.
And that is how we are going to bring our curtains down on tomorrow's, on the weekend wrap here of football. And for today, it was truly a pleasure. On behalf of the man Doc, who you heard it, describing the action as it unfolded before our very eyes. We are going to put a wrap on things. It should have been 2 games, but because of the passing, and so we are showing the respect to the team. Spartans, as one of their players has lost their mother. We extend our condolences, and so that game has been postponed to a date to be announced. So we are putting a wrap on things here. And so on behalf of the man Doc, I am your voice of choice, taking you back to Master Control.